Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Q3 FY24 results conference call of GTPL Hathway, hosted by Emkay Global Financial Services. As a reminder to all participants, line will be in listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions at the end of today's presentation. Should you need any assistance during the conference call, please signal the operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would like now to hand the conference to Mr. Pulkit Chawla from Emkay Global Financial Services. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Q3 FY24 earnings call for GTPL Hathway. From the management, we have with us today Mr. Anirudh Jadeja, Promoter and Managing Director, Mr. Piyush Pankaj, Business Head, CATV and Chief Strategy Officer, and Mr. Saurabh Banerjee, Chief Financial Officer. Without any further delay, I shall now hand over the call to the management for their opening remarks. Over to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pulkit. Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to everybody to the earnings call of GTPL Hathway, discuss financial performance of Quarter 3, FY 2024. We continue with the largest MSO in India and increasing our footprint in both cable TV and broadband business. The broadband business continues to go from strength to strength as we achieved the milestone of 1 million active subscribers during the quarter. Our strategy for growth remains unchanged as we look for opportunity for inorganic growth via acquisition while actively pursuing organic growth in subscribers. The industry landscape in both our business segments, namely cable TV and broadband, bodes well for our growth strategy as smaller players will start getting consolidated. I will now hand over the call to Mr. Piyush Pankaj, who will take you through the quarterly business and financial performance of the company. Piyush.
Thank you, Mr. Jadeja. Good evening, everyone. Our digital cable TV subscriber base as on 31st December 2023 stands at 9.40 million. Paying subscribers stand at 8.70 million. On a YOY basis, the increase in active and paying subscribers is 500K, a 6% increase, and 400K, a 5% increase, respectively. Subscription revenue saw an increase of 17% YOY to rupees 3249 million and 15% on 9-month basis to rupees 9456 million. In the broadband business, as Mr. Jadeja mentioned, and we have mentioned in our press release, we have crossed 1 million active subscribers, ending the quarter at 1.005 million. We thus have added 110K new subscribers, an increase of 12% on a YOY basis. Home pass subscribers stood at 5.60 million as on 31st December 2023, of which 75% are available for FTTX conversion. Home pass grew by 450K on a YOY basis. The broadband ARPU for Quarter 3 FY24 remained at rupees 460. The average data consumption per customer per month stood at 345 GB per customer on 11% increase YOY. We have continued to post consistently higher revenues every quarter. On a consolidated level, revenue grew by 22% YOY to rupees 8607 million. The broadband revenue stood at rupees 1352 million and registering a growth of 9% on a yearly basis. The consolidated EBITDA stood at rupees 1305 million with an EBITDA margin of 15.2%. PAT for Quarter 3 FY24 stood at rupees 247 million. Operating EBITDA saw an increase of 12% YOY to rupees 1171 million, primarily led by higher growth in subscription income and ISP income. The standalone revenue stood at rupees 5217 million, an increase of 16% YOY and 2% QOQ. EBITDA stood at rupees 757 million, a 6% YOY, and EBITDA margin of 14.5%. PAT for Quarter 3 FY24 stood at rupees 191 million. I would like to welcome our new CFO, Mr. Saurabh Banerjee, Mr. Banerjee is a chartered accountant with over 30 years of experience, having worked with GlaxoSmithKline Pharmaceuticals, Times Group, Gatti Limited, Rosy Blue India, Rohan Das Greenji Javeri Limited, and KN Group. Thank you, everyone. I will request Saurav to interact.
Thank you, Mr. Piyush. Hello and welcome to this earnings call. I am Saurav Banerjee, CFO, GTPL Hathway Limited, and I look forward to interacting with the investor community and other stakeholders as we go along over the next few quarters. We can now begin the Q&A session.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have a first question from Mr. C.A. Nihar Shah from Crown Capital. You may go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah. My first question is on the margin. Like we mentioned in the Q2 Concall, that our EBITDA margins can reach 20% by Q4. So is it achievable? Right?
Nihar, if you see this quarter, the EBITDA margin is at 15.2% on the consolidated basis. This is mainly because the placement and marketing has gone up, and accordingly, the contribution of placement and marketing in EBITDA is almost negligible. So that's why, if you see, we are doing at 15%. We are looking forward that this will improve to somewhere 17 to 18% by end of quarter 4, and we will remain there. But this time, if you see the presentation, we have given the operating margins. A new slide has been introduced, and we have given the operating margin where it is shown that the margin is intact throughout, and the business are doing the whole business is at the same margin, and we are getting the same margin over the years. So that's the analysis you can see, and we will come to know that we have taken out the one-time income on that, and we have missed the pay channel with the placement and marketing incomes, so that we can come to the right margin or correct margin of the business operations. So that's you can see that in that slide.
Okay. And what kind of EBITDA margins can we assume going ahead? So 17 to 18%, I assume we said in Q4. So let's say FY25, what are our expectations for the margin?
No, we are going to improve the margin with the time. So right now, I'm talking about quarter 4, that we should be between 17 to 18%. We are looking forward that by FY25, we should come back to some 21% EBITDA margin on the overall business, which was there. Yes, operating margin is still intact over the whole business, but yes, the EBITDA also we are looking forward that it should be between, so somewhere we should achieve 20-21% of the earlier mark by end of FY25.
Okay, sir. And one last question: what will our depreciation look like this year and next year? Like the numbers, if it's possible.
Yeah. So if you see the overall depreciation last year, because if you remember in the quarter 4, we have seen that we have changed the policy on the depreciation based on the recommendation by our auditor Deloitte. And the total depreciation was at around 319 crore in the FY23. We are looking forward that this year it will be somewhere around 340 to 42 crores. It is going to be, which is increase of somewhere 20 to 24 crores. If you see, we are doing around 400 crores of capex every year, which we are giving, and on the 400 crores of capex, the useful life is somewhere between 8 to 9 years for both cable and broadband business. So if we calculate on that basis, the depreciation will increase by 24 to 25 crores every year, and that is what we are going to see in the FY24.
Okay, sir. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from Mr. Vineet Manek from Karma Capital Advisors.
Yeah, hi Piyush. Hello, Mr. Jadeja. I have two questions from my side. The first is on the absolute profitability. So it has been like consistently 8 to 9 quarters that we have seen a degrowth in our absolute profit after tax. So how should we look at that going forward? Because earlier we were doing close to around 55 crores of quarterly PAT, which is now more than half of that number. So how should we look at that going forward?
So, now I will say that business has almost stabilized. Last 2 years, you will see a lot of changes have happened. COVID has ended, the business was at tumble. Then NTO3 has happened. The new auditor has come, which has got changed some of the policies. And now we are at a stable level where I am with confidence I am saying that EBITDA will increase. Depreciation will be this much, and there is no changes going forward and all. So we are looking forward that last year we did around 115 crores of PAT, and this year we are going to do better than that. The PAT increase which we have seen from 2017 to 2020, 2021, we are going to have the growth rate more than almost there or more than that again in the business. So that's the rhythm of business is coming back. That's what we are seeing, and we are very hopeful that we are again going to achieve that CAGR.
So by next 3 quarters, can we expect a 40 crore kind of a PAT run rate on a quarterly?
Right now, this quarter we did 34 crores. We are going to be better than this in next quarter slowly. And slowly we will see that the rise in the PAT. I can't assure 40 crores numbers, but yes, I think then the next call, when we are ready with our whole plan for the next year, our operating plans and all, we will be more confident to say 40 crore, 45 crore, or 35 crore, or what number.
Okay. And sir, also coming to the broadband subscribers, the incremental quarter-on-quarter addition was very less during the quarter, despite of us saying that we have some partner subscribers coming in for us. So what's the status over there, and how are we looking incrementally things happening on that side?
Right now, this quarter, if I talk about, we have just gone up by 15K, and the reasons was, few of the reasons was here and there, because World Cup was going on and all, and we were more concentrating towards the making sure that the cable business works on that way. As you know, a lot of changes have happened on the World Cup side, also the streaming side and all. So those are the reasons where that is happening. And some of the technical glitches which we had in the B2B, that has already been getting over now. And on this 15K, around 7K is B2B and rest is B2C. Till date, we did around B2B of 65K in the overall. And we are looking forward that from next quarter onwards, we should start getting good numbers from this. Yeah, this quarter is a bit muted. We have crossed 1 million subscriber base, but On the addition side, this quarter is a bit muted. One of the exceptional quarter, as we say, from next quarter onwards. So we are hopeful that we will come back to seeing additions of between 25 to 35K per month, per quarter. Sorry.
Yeah, because I was just comparing the industry numbers from the TRAI website. So on a year-on-year basis, the whole industry is growing faster than 20%, and we have not been able to, on a lower base, we have not been able to grow in such. So that's the context on that.
Yeah, because of one of the reasons Vineet is that, as you know, our ticket size or when we get the customer onboarded, our ticket size is somewhere around 9 to 10 months, which will still be continuing. We have not gone for monthly or quarterly right now, and that is one of the reasons that the growth rate is a bit muted on that, because other players have already gone on there, but their churns are very high, and in the end, it's more of like what capital investment you are doing and how much you are losing in the capital side. So those things comes into the questions, and but yes, we are still sticking to that 9 to 10 months, which is working for us right now, and we look forward to come back to that type of growth again, and we are hopeful we will see that we will start seeing the better results or better additions from next quarter on.
Okay. And just one last one from my side. So on the Metrocast thing, we had a press release this quarter saying that there is some delay on the merger side of it. So do we expect it to complete by March 24?
Yeah, it is getting, the expectation is that by end of January or mid of February, all the things will be done. It's a joint call from our side, as 31st December we wanted to do it. Already all the obligations from each side has been completed and all. But as you say, if some changes will happen, then the new CFO has come to the whole system and all. So we have delayed it possibly by 1.5 months, and it will be completed.
Okay, so the subscribers and the subscription revenue for the same has already come in for us. So we have started accounting for that.
Yeah, that's already been done. So all consideration is being done. The result is with Metrocast consolidated line by line.
Okay, and there will be some cash outflow towards the shares that we will be purchasing from the promoters. So there will be some cash outflow.
Already the cash outflow and whatever we have to do the obligations as per the agreement, the supply of the boxes and everything that has been done. That's already been done. There is no financial obligations to remain. We just have to do the increase the secretarial works on that.
Okay. Got it. Thank you for answering my questions.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Mr. Balasubramaniam from Arihant Capital.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunities. Sir, I just want to check, we have 9.4 million active subscriber on the cable TV business. Like we can expect 10 million subscription in the next quarter itself. And I just want to understand about the penetration levels, especially in the rural market. If you go to clarify like north, south, west, east, like where we are majorly focusing on.
Yes, we are trying, as you say, that we are adding year-to-year basis and quarter-to-quarter basis. Already reached 9.4. By March 24 or end of FY24, we are hoping that we will be close to 10 million somewhere. If we cross it, it's going to be very good, but yeah, we are going to be close to 10 million. And if we talk about the market scenarios, yes, already that if I talk about in the percentage term, we are somewhere around out of this 25% is in the east, and if I talk about the west, we are around somewhere around 34-35% in the west, and rest is south and north. North, as we have given that we have just started around a year back only. North is hardly right now, but we are hopeful that that market is going to be a, and we are increasing very fast within a not completed a year also. There are around 10 to 11 months that we have launched, and we are ready at overall of the 5 to 6%. We are hopeful that it will start contributing 15-20%.
Sir, like 35% east and west to 35%, it's a growth terms or percentage of share business you're talking?
No, I'm talking about the share of the business.
And south and north, how much, sir?
South is somewhere around, right now, south is somewhere around 15 to 16%. It is growing in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka and Andhra. Together we have around somewhere around 17%, 17%.
The remaining from north. Okay, got it. Also, like we have been achieved a good quarter in the top line side. Like earlier quarter, we have mentioned around 18 to 20% CAGR and the subscription revenue, and EBITDA growth of 12 to 13%. And like how do you see going forward? Because we are adding more subscribers, and the realization is also like the realization is moving slowly. How do we achieve this kind of revenue target going forward?
That CAGR, which was earlier the CAGR of the whole revenue, was somewhere around 17-18%, and EBITDA CAGR was 20-21%. Yes, this year we are seeing that in the 9 months to 9 month basis. If you talk about the operating side, we are doing it around 15% in the subscription, and broadband is 11%. 9 months to 9 months, and EBITDA is somewhere around 5 to 6% right now. This year, yeah, you're right, but NTO3 has come into the play, and we have to increase our prices in the market, plus same doesn't happen in the broadcaster side and all. But now that implementation of NTO3 and all that became, you can say, stable, so we are looking forward that in next 2 years' time we will start getting those type of CAGRs in this business.
Got it. Sir, if I earlier mentioned about capex of 400 crore or something, I missed that number. This capex is for maintenance capex, or like we are like buying any asset kind of thing?
No, the total capex, the estimate of capex which we have given for the yearly is 400 crore.
Yes, sir.
Till date we have done 305 crores of the capex. Out of that, CATV capex is 150 crore, and broadband capex is 154 crore. This is still quarter 3.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Our next question is from Rama Manohar, an individual.
Hi. Yes, sir. Just I have one question regarding the investments that we have made so far. I think last 3-4 years we made investments of around 1,000 to 1,500 crores. When the top line is very just 1x, and the bottom line is I think 50% down. And just I think as a company we need to think about whether the investments are really useful to contribute any bottom line, because after spending 1,000 crores, not even maintaining the net profit margins, I think it is somewhat, I think companies whether it's going in the right direction or how we are going to control other expenses. The depreciation is going continuously very high, like all of a sudden in Q4 or suddenly you said not even in 1 quarter, just before 1 quarter you said the 20% margins, and then it will come to 15 or 14%. How you are going to see the next quarters or next 1 or 2 years growth? Can you please clarify?
Yeah, so that's why I explained that you should refer to the operating margin which is given we have given it in the presentation, rather than going into this EBITDA margin, because the contribution of whatever increase is happening in the marketing and placement revenue is very low in the EBITDA side, because the pay channel is increasing on the same level. So marketing and incentive and pay channel, always we have to see by netting that, which I am stating it from the last 3 years, that whenever you do the analysis, you do it after netting the pay channel cost and marketing and placement revenue. And then you see the margin, which we have presented this time in our presentation, in the minister presentation, which you can see. If you go and see that, you will find that the business is very healthy still. Still at the 9-month level, we are doing 25% of operating margin, which was 26% last year. So we are maintaining the business as we go forward. We just have to take out one-time deferred revenue of activation, and we have to take out other non-operating income, which is one time, which we have shown, which has taken out of that analysis.
No.
And we have shown the operating margin. Sorry. So for the business health, you should go and see that the operating margin, rather than the real margin which is coming there, because that is more of accounting. Yeah.
But even if you take out the activation, suppose the activation income was say around 100 or 150 crores. 3 years back, we made 200 crores profit. If you deduct that 100 crores, say we were there at 100 crores, now also we are at 100 crores profit. And what is the use of spending extra 1,000 crores?
On that, if you see, we are doing around operating EBITDA of 352 crore, and there is FY23, we get the 432 crores. So we are going to cross that. First. Second, you have to understand that, which I explained in the last 3 calls, that we have to do some capex to maintain the business as the churn has gone up in the CATV business, which was negligible earlier. From last 3 years or 2.5 years, you can say the churn has gone up. So some capex is going to maintain the business. And there you will see that those capex is not contributing towards the increase in the revenue side and all. But to maintain the capex, for maintain the business, you have to do that capex. And that is where you will see the difference, that how that difference is coming. And the path is getting stabilized now, because those patterns which you can say whatever you have to do for the capex for maintaining the business is going to stabilize now. So when you started doing it, you will see that there is an impact on the depreciation. Depreciation is going up. But now, from this year onwards, because in the depreciation also say, which I explained, that what depreciation we did last year and what we are doing this year is getting stabilized now. There is no surprise in the depreciation side. So that's where the business is going on. If we talk about the health of the business and all, I'll just give you that India, 320 million households now, and still TV households is just 200 million. Still 120 million TV household has to come into India. Out of 200 million, the cable and satellite you talk about, that is around 170 million. So still from 170 million to 320 million, 150 million households are there, which has to come into the picture for the on the television side, and the cable and satellite also. Plus, there is a lot of opportunity in the cable side of the smaller players. We are just having 9 million. All consolidated, if you considerate all the players, the organized players, they have just around 30 million subscribers, 35 million subscribers. Still, there are 45 million subscribers, which is with the independent smaller MSOs, where you can go and consolidate the whole market. So a lot of opportunities are there where you can, as you start investing and doing that, you will start getting more and more numbers and more businesses. Same if you talk about the broadband business, the total wired in the broadband is around 35 million in the country out of 320 million households, which is almost around 11% only, not more than that. So still, a lot of journey has to happen in the wired and in the whole broadband sector. New technologies are also coming, but everyone is going to survive. If you talk about wired in foreign countries, we talk about China. China is crossing 60% right now, the penetration. If you talk about Eurozone is already at 70% penetration. We talk about Korea, 85%. We talk about US, already crossing 75% wired broadband. So India is still lacking on that. We are just at 11%, which this 11% at least should go to at least 40 to 45% in next 5 years' time. So there is a very, very big opportunity from 35 million households to somewhere around 150 million households in the next 4 years, 5 years. Yeah, it's more of what technology will come and all. Yeah, the wireless is there, but the wireless is going to convert into wired slowly as more and more digital requirements are coming from the individuals and households. So that's why if you talk about the health of the business, these two businesses are at very good health level, and the growth is going to be there in both the business segments.
Yes, sir. Only my concern is the other expenses are please there.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Manohar. May we request you to return to the question queue for follow-up questions, as there are several participants waiting for
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Rahul Jain, an individual investor.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Rahul.
Yeah. So what is the average churn for other players in the digital cable, and what is our churn?
So the industry churn, if we talk about, is around 22 to 33% right now. Our churn is somewhere restricted to 16 to 17% yearly. So that is there.
And why so much gap between the industry and our churn rate?
Because of the better management, because of the better relationship on the ground, because of the better team, because of leveraging our strength of being the number one MSO, a lot of factors. The leadership factor, the market penetration factor, the relationship, the stronger team, all those things.
Okay, so my follow-up is historically our net play channel cost grew by around 3% Y-on-Y basis. Given it will jump up by mid-teens for this year, do we see any adverse effect on churn rate as less subscribers become actively paying or more, away?
No. That is already stable. The MTO3 things are already stable. And whatever increase in the rate has to happen from last year, from May onwards. And whatever that has to be affected in the cloud, that has already been taken place. By October, November, the cloud has got stabilized totally. So we are not seeing that effect. If you see our operating margin consolidated, analysis on operating margin, you will find that net tax pay channel cost has gone down this quarter. And overall increase in the 9 months is just 15%, which is the line of what the subscription income has increased.
So my second question is can you share what is the project income from in terms of size of the project, operational details, profitability, and expected rate of execution?
Yeah, so this project is granted by Gujarat ISP Private Limited, that is GISL, after tendering of rupees 50 crore, which includes the material and O&M, wherein the Gram Panchayat of 8,000 Gujarat villages under phase 1 and phase 2 of BharatNet project has to be made Wi-Fi enabled by supplying the materials and installation of the same at the Gram Panchayat premises. This project is almost over, and we have taken the substantial revenues in this quarter. And the rest of revenue will come in further quarters as O&M. The margin is somewhere around 12 to 13% in this whole project.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Mr. Vinay Jain from Karma Capital.
Good evening, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So just wanted to check with you. So again, you have given growth prospect indications for both the cable TV and
Hello, Mr. Jain.
broadband. Hello.
You're not audible to us. Like, it's not clear.
Is this better?
Yes.
Yeah, it is better now. Yeah, please go ahead.
So, you in the earlier with the earlier participant, you mentioned the growth prospects for both cable TV and broadband business. And for broadband, again, for the industry, we are seeing that sort of a growth. So penetration has gone from 7%, say, a couple of years back to now 11-12%. So again, industry in a way is growing, but somehow that growth is not getting reflected in our numbers. So again, I just wanted to understand what are we doing, or maybe your medium-term strategy to get the volume back for both digital cable and broadband business. And again, at the same time, ensuring that we grow the business profitably.
Yes, sir, you're right on that because, see, as I explained earlier also in the call that our B2C business of broadband is mainly in Gujarat, plus the 6 cities where we are present, and we have made our network, own network, the last mile network and everything. And the B2C business is just restricted to that, which is like more of a growth area because these are the bigger cities, we can say capital cities. Gujarat, the whole of the Gujarat, where we have already number one and penetrated well. Apart from that, it is Nagpur, Pune, Hyderabad, Varanasi, Patna, and Jaipur, all capital cities. And
I'm sorry to interrupt. Sir, could you please come a little closer to the mic?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So if you see that's a B2C business. So all over India level, we have gone for the B2B business, which is still to be taken off, you can say, because we were finalizing the technical aspects and all. Already, we just have around 65K subscribers, which is coming this year from the B2B. And we are hopeful that from the next quarter and the next year, this is going to be the years of B2B business to be taken off in the broadband side. And there you can see that we will come back to our growth level and all. B2C, yes, whatever growth is happening right now, that is happening in the B2C and that to be in the older markets. The new markets and all is going to give us more. Other players have grown because they have grown from the zero to this level. As you know that Airtel has started, and Airtel has started B2B business around 3 years back, and already they are doing good on that. Jio is mainly totally on the B2C, but yeah, they are doing good, very good. So we are going to have the same effect as we go forward on that. So yes, you are right. From 20 million subscriber base, which was there around 2 years back, the wired has gone up to around, in 3 years' time, has gone up to around 35 million. We are hopeful that next 4 to 5 years is going to be very high growth, where we will see growth of the industry by 50%, 60%, 70% straight away. And in the 5 years' time, it will touch around 140 to 150 million. So that's the way we are looking forward.
So, X of Geo, what would be the industry growth for broadband business?
I've already told you that what we are looking forward or what the general reports are saying that what will happen. There are reports available on the industry side that gives the predictions from the industry that how it will shape. I think we have to refer that. We can have the talk on this, but I think it should be offline. It's going to be lengthy talk.
Sure, sir. But again, like the reason for asking that was, again, if you see organically the industry, there is a net addition which is happening. Vinit mentioned about a 20% growth on a year-on-year basis. So we again going through that inorganic route, the B2B acquisitions which we are doing. So ideally, our growth rate should be faster, right? Than the high single digit which we are doing right now.
I think we have to debate this offline.
No worries, sir.
We can do whatever we have to do. So you're right on some aspects that yes, but we have to go more on the final point, which I can explain that it's going to be lengthy in this call. So we will have a offline debate on this. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Next question is from line of Rajiv Jha, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
I'm audible?
Yes.
Yeah, Rajiv.
Yeah. So, sir, my question is, sir, in terms of the broadband active subscribers, sir, we have kind of seems to have settled down to a 12 to 13% kind of growth in terms of annual growth. Also, sir, our subscriber count grew by 12.75% for FY23. And sir, if I calculate your 9-month numbers on pro rata basis, sir, we may exit this year around at 12.5%. So, sir, will this range of 12 to 13% would be a sustainable long-term growth rate for you in terms of active subscribers?
Rajiv, if you remember, we had given the earlier estimate that we are going to be somewhere around between 30 to 35 every quarter, somewhere around between 130 to 150K, which we are at year-to-year basis 112K, but this year in the 9 months, if you talk about, we are looking forward that next quarter, we are going to be from somewhere around 110 to 120K somewhere in the next quarter. So somewhere you can say the average is going to be 30K per quarter rather than 35 or 40K per quarter. But yes, we look forward that we will start continuing because we were doing earlier 50K, then came down to 40K. Right now it is coming to 30K. We will look forward that once B2B business will come into the whole picture, we will start doing again 40K. And that's what we are looking forward for the next year.
Okay, sir. So, to the follow-up that, sir, also, am I right in assuming that the ISP revenue growth for the annual basis going forward should be settled to around 16 to 17%?
Come again, Rajiv. Your voice was a bit quivering. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, sir. So, also, am I right in assuming that the ISP revenue growth for annual basis going forward, we should settle up at around 16 to 17%?
Yeah. So right now, if you see 9 months, we are at around 11% right now. It will be somewhere around 16 to 17%. You're right. That's what we are looking forward for next financials. But we will be more clear, as I said, that how the growth will happen in FY25 or FY26 or FY27. That we will give more clarity on that in the next quarter as we go forward. But once we are close to ending this financial year and see how we are shaping up in the quarter 4. So I will say just wait for that quarter. I will give you those estimates.
Okay, sir. My question has been answered, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question is from the line of Srinivasan, an individual investor. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Srinivasan. So basically, I'm looking at the investor presentation. I just want to know, there is a flattish line in the growth of cable TV business. Okay, so I just want to know, going forward, are we expecting a growth in the consolidated cable TV business, or we expect the next 4 quarters to be flattish, or is there any growth expected?
You're talking about revenue growth, or you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the active subscribers and paying subscribers. I want to know there is a flat.
We have because we have added the gross addition is there, but due to churn and all, we have come back to the firewall. As you know, this quarter the World Cup is there, which has given us good gain in the business.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
End of November, 19th of November, we have started seeing some of the subways go down and the churn a bit high after that. And by 31st December, we are seeing we are square off. But we are hopeful as we have, if you see earlier quarters and all, that we have additions, we are doing the additions and all. And next year is good because IPL is coming, your World Cup is coming for the T20. So every quarter we will see some good events are there, which is going to give us boost. And from this quarter, we have not expanded any new places and all, as you see. So we are going to expand in the next quarter and next year. So we are hopeful that, as I said, that we are going to close. We are going to have to close this year closer to 10 million subscriber days. So yes, we are looking forward to the growth, and that will happen.
And what about the broadband business, the active subscribers, okay? I can see 10 lakh active subscribers in the broadband, okay? That's a very good milestone, okay? What is the rate of expansion in the broadband business in the next 3 years? What is the rate of active subscribers increase that you're expecting?
Yeah, just given that we are doing around 30K per quarter right now.
Okay.
And we are looking forward that we again come back to the rate of 40 to 45K or closer to 50K in next 2 quarters. So that's the plan which I've given this year.
And like my last question, I just want to know how much your capex you're planning. I understand that you're planning to increase your capex on broadband as well as for cable TV if needed. Okay, I just want to know how the capex will happen. Is it going to be a outside borrowing or is it going to be internal accruals? I just want to know.
No, we are doing all the capex through internal accrual. For the general businesses, we are doing it through internal accrual, that is for CATV and broadband growth. We have not gone for the borrowing at all. So it is all from the internal accruals, the capex.
Okay. Thank you so much, and all the best for the upcoming quarters, and a very good set of numbers for this quarter. Congratulations for that.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the last question of the day. I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
I would like to express my thanks to every participant who took their time out to attend the call. I would also like to thank MK for arranging this call. For any queries, please feel free to connect with Orient Capital, who are our investor relations advisors. Thank you once again.
On behalf of MK Global Financial Services, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your line.